So here I'm just going to do a quick final prep of the stringers, taking off some of the sharp corners, make them rounded by using a router. Have a quick sand and then we can start. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to measure out the chop strand matting and I'm going to tab it at the bottom. Then I'm going to tab it the other side, one over the top, again chop strand. And following that, then I'm going to put the woven roving matting on, 300 gram. Again, same thing, same principle, and then one over the top, as opposed to one big piece starting from here and going over to there. So how I do that, well, I'm doing it anyway, is I'll measure out, I'll cut half. So the idea of this, of making that cut, is when I feed that in there, you see, so I only do half of each. It's the corners and these bits here that will be the stress points, so I've got to be careful of that. And when I say stress points, I need to make sure that it's covered with the glass in one solid layer, because if you put a layer over here, a layer over there, there, you're still going to end up with a gap here, and that's a weak point, so it needs to be one constant mat to go over. So I'll do it this way. I find it easier doing it this way, and then repeat the exercise. So I'll do this again, cut everything out, and we can start glassing it. So yeah, I've cut out the tabs. This is going to be the top one, and how I've done it is that I'll fold over there, and there, and like as we go. So that should be giving bits of support from different areas, and obviously with chop strand, once it's melted into the epoxy, it'll be within, well, basically like one solid piece. It won't be separate pieces. It sort of blends together. So I'll do this with the same, with the matting, and go from there. I'm going to fill a little cup with acetone. The reason why I do this is for the roller, and I can just get loads of little dabs out when I'm wiping stuff down as well. Quite a lot now. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to let that soak in a minute. I'll roll it. This is a Lloyd's approved resin, but I can't say I was that enamoured with it. It's going to break at the matting as I need it to. It's not taking down. Yeah, it is there. Okay, a few spots, but I don't want to get any better than that. Just a slow progress now. I've run out of epoxy resin. I'm probably a third of the way through the stringers. I'm going to have to order another 5k. I think I'm going to use the West system because I use this Axon. What is it? Axon Epoxy 2017. Axon Epoxy 2017 resin. It's okay. I've got to say, I know West is more expensive, but it's better. So I'm going to get that. The situation I'm now at is looking, whilst I'm waiting for the epoxy to arrive, which is going to take probably about 5-6 days, I'm going to start looking now at the structural element of the boat, of what I wanted in the first place. So I took originally I cut the roof off, wanted to check the wood, etc., but the reason why I wanted to make the cabin, the deck space larger. By doing that though, I've got to be careful of the structural integrity of the boat. So as much as I'm stiffening the hull, I'm strengthening the hull much more than it was before, much better than it was before. I still need to take into account you've got flex stopping it that way with the stringers, a little bit of sort of longitudinal stretch, but you have to have the support all the way around. As I forgot what the boat architect told me it was called, but yeah, I'm not going to change it too much, but I'm going to actually strengthen the sides as well, so let me show you what I'm going to do. So here is where the cabin used to stay. So as you can see there, that was where the cabin was. This is going to basically be pushed forward, giving a little bit more space in the cabin. Don't actually need as much of a cabin. Don't need as much of a cabin space as these little C-shapes give you. But like I said, I've also got to be conscious of the structural integrity. So I'm actually going to make a box. I'm going to box that in to be one support box and same this side. I'm going to do a few more modifications at the front as well to box them in as well, to be enclosed boxes basically for structural support. And I'm going to fill them with foam as well. I have decided as well that looking at the flotation boxes and places where we can put the foam, I think I'm going to make it a sealed deck as well. So that's another point of note. This is a seriously heavy roof that was on it, but what I could do, because there's good structural support in this, I could actually take these off, drop this down, so you've got actually a lower profile, move that slightly back a bit, so this rests on here, and then I can fix all this in place, give it some shape. Hard to visualise it yet, but as I'm going along, I'll hopefully show you on camera. But yeah, I'm going to start another part of the boat because I can do this whilst I'm waiting for the epoxy to come. So what I'm aiming for here is, get the camera right, this to be in there. I'm going to cut this bit out. Same this side. And hopefully, once that's glassed in, we'll have a different looking boat. Then you've got the structural integrity of the bulkhead, which is good. I'm only slightly off. Well, I say slightly off. It's a slightly bigger cabin, but there's going to be a bulkhead here anyway. Well, actually further back, but slightly back, and yeah, damn happy with that. So let's go on with it. So it's meeting here, but behind this, pass it in. So I sort of tell really, but this then will come back to the back of that, and then I'll be able to put layers of glass sort of over, and then that'll make this one continuous piece. Grind all this, and then basically blend it all in to the hull, well, top deck rather. Slightly there, this bit is going to have so. Again, fixed in glass door to match that fixed into there, and glass over as appropriate to blend it all in. And that way you've got V structure, triangle structure rather. You've got the structure in the hull, structure in the top deck, so then that is going continuous. Do the same other side. Bring this in. Bob's your uncle. So what I'm doing here is building a framework or a skeleton to allow me to put the fiberglass matting over once I start laminating. Prior to that though, I need to grind all this out. So I'll do the other side. Good. Okay, so template done. Template done, grind all this right back, tapered, prime this, layer, build out. Same on here. Okay, now to make the front. Grind that up a bit. Nice and smooth. Goes in. All this is ground. All this is ground off. Ground down. Fiberglass. Could and put some putty to make it either a curve or straight down, or actually just leave it flat like that. Make it with the laminating. Pretty good, damn good.